All right. Oh, I actually woke up from like a little nap, and my mother, she basically had to take care of my grandmother, right? And she even cleaned up after me, and she did about me more groceries. So I just want to let everyone know that my mother does care about me, and she still cleans up after me as well. I just didn't got all that on camera. So um, and I'm actually watching these four while she's gone. She'll be back at 6. Hey. So I basically am pretty exhausted because of my depression since, you know, I still really miss my apartment, right? That's why. And also I feel like I'm not doing enough. That's why I've been bothered, and this I just have a lot on my plate. So it's just, well, okay. I have a lot on my mind and been stressing out quite a bit, so to speak. So that's why I thought I could actually just share like a really important story. Maybe I might as well just be in here. I am still tired, by the way, but that's why I set up this time to 1:40 because I thought this would be a decent time to talk about, just something personal, maybe, and hopefully that get more people to step on by. I'm just gonna have reruns to come on. Now we're already seen on the episodes. Let me get my blanket. Hold on, try to get comfortable. There we go. Where's the heck? Okay. I agree with you, Mia. He hardly knew his one dance class. Yeah, one dance class is my kind, yeah. That's it. The boss wouldn't care about his one dance class, but he would care about doesn't. You're absolutely right, Jesse. All we have to do is steal the dance class from those kids. Yeah, I think that'd make the big guy happy. And I think I have a brilliant plan to make it easy for us to get those dance class. So let's get to it. Yeah. Hey, my stars. I love that catchphrase. You heard it a lot about that app, huh, Solus? I'm glad that you have. Uh, oh, yeah. Well, be prepared, Solus. Be prepared. And one person voted for my seat? That's good to know. Excuse me. Damn it. I woke up a little bit late. Anyway, I need to cut my hair again as well. And my mother, she even wanted to light up a candle for me in the room because I know it smells, but she could probably worry about that. Or I could worry about that when she gets back. And Dumbo, we're able to see your comments, so you don't have to worry. So basically, Grinder. It's basically a dating scratch it hookup app that I do not know who was the founder of it though. It's just that the men or adults, well, it's supposed to be for only men, right? But trans men, of course, um, that uses the app just to, how am I going to explain this? To have sex with, right? Basically, they call, I think I call it the meat market. May I'm maybe it's because of my asexuality. That sounds disgusting. This is it sounds nasty to saying it. But the thing is, I used Grinder when I was 18. Okay, I was still in high school because I did graduated at almost 18 and a half years of age. And I was curious to find some, I wanted to form friendships on there with other men because I was going through a lot of issues at home at the time, right? Let's just say that I didn't get along well with my mother's boyfriend at that time. So if I'm not dressed here because I only have my long shirt, of course. And basically, I would be desperate to just to find a man just to live with. That did not turn out right because when I fought with my mother's boyfriend at one incident, the wait, oh wait, yeah, no, that's the night before you turn 18, because that's when I got kidnapped. Oh, I think it's attempted kidnapping, right? Because I was held against my will. He wanna he I mean for some odd reason he did drop me off at my nephew's and niece's house because I couldn't go back to my mother's house at the time. But the thing is, though, he wanted me to do his hair. I'm not sure to consider as grooming. I did turn 18 that following morning, right? When this incident happened. And all right, this has something to do with Grinder. That's when I was a runaway. And he wanted me to spread my anus when he was watching straight porn, because he is by the way, pun intended. And he would even give me, without my consent, right? I was asleep, oral sex, right? Because I was so tired and I was running away from home because it was so cold in that night. I would even sleep on a sidewalk. I would sleep at McDonald's, and I probably was 8 miles away from home. It's just like a warm up of Grinder, so to speak, right? And I know that he was a bald black man that wearing glasses. He was 25 years of age. It was a white cruiser. And he asked if I wanted a ride. And it's either accepting it or right because he knew that I was stranded or I would be having hypothermia. So I thought, you know what? Sure. And he did fit me McDonald's right just before I went to his it's like a apartment in downtown. He did give me a spicy chicken sandwich. To be honest, it was I think a strawberry milkshake, and that's basically what he. I'm sorry, it's hard to talk about this. It is because I know it's really personal. Oh, and to be honest, you don't remember anything else in that night, do you? Yeah, well, yeah, he did. He did block the doorway until he was satisfied sexually. I don't know why I'm down to 2 views. I had 4. Ugh. If you don't like it, they could. Sorry, I'm not. I'm sounding so greedy just because people keep leaving. Here, I'm gonna block this so I won't worry about how many views I have. I'm still gonna keep talking my story. If anyone ever wants to show support, the GoFundMe is in the. I think I put it in the description. I don't remember. Okay, and even my TikTok is in the the Gian James Market Guard. You can find it. It's in there as well. People don't really bar clicking on that. It's fine. But that's my experience of how it's like being kidnapped. And speaking of being kidnapped, is similar to what I've went through on Grindr. Basically, I was, even though I kind of got into this mess, but I did not know how to say no at the time. I was a victim of rape of, let's just say, over 9 different men. It's a run-on number. It was a lot. And let me just start off in the beginning. So basically, a lot of this happened when I was in high school, right? Because, gross. So it's because of the burrito I ate earlier. Basically, if I remember, one of the first incidents that happened was it froze. Come on, MacBook. Come on. Hush, mamas. Hopefully my MacBook is hopefully that my MacBook is working properly. So I'm not looking at the live stream. I'm not looking at the messages because I usually get distracted. Okay, the audio's still working, right? Hello, hello. Testing, testing. Okay, I think it's working. Yeah, let me check very quick. It's only you two anyway. And Prince, it's fine. You know, it's not fine. I survived. I think that's what's most important. Okay, so it's not lagging because I know that my mouth is not in sync. And Double, thank you so much for sharing both the GoFundMe and the Twitter. Hopefully others will see this. Yeah, so hookups was another story. I literally don't even see as a hookup. I was just on there for friendships, right? And the first incident, I don't remember what his name is. I just know that I was living with my neighbors next door, and I was like their god sibling, right? Because she had 3 sons, so she was poor, and this is when I was kicked out, and I felt guilty living with her because I don't want to eat up like her foods that her sons would eat because they eat nothing but noodles, which I didn't mind, and eating delicious other Mexican foods. Like I think it's like enchiladas or something like that. I don't remember what they cooked though. And when he meet up, this guy said that he messaged. It sucks to not have like screenshots for proof. Um, I just remember that Grindr, it makes that blow up noise when you get a notification, and it has that number in a red circle, right? That's the old version of Grindr. It's not like how it is today. That's like a square, a blue square, right? I used it that long ago, and basically that guy. I need to drink some water. He was fine with me visiting his place. I think it was around 11 o'clock at night. I know it was really late, right? And I had to sneak out of my neighbor's let's just say she would sleep upstairs along with her sons, right? I sleep downstairs, right? Because I think I slept on the couch, right? Right, I think sometimes, and I would, right? What's up with this MacBook? God damn it! I fucking hate this MacBook. Pardon my language. Damn it. Okay. The thing is that he was the only one that was there. And next thing you know, he only wanted to have anal sex, right? And I remember I saw like a picture, I think it was him of his sister. And he basically had anal sex. He basically forced me to have anal sex. I guess you could say rape, right? Because I remember I said, no, I don't want to do this because I was on top of him. He says, no, not till I'm finished. And then as soon as he was relieved, or I think ejaculated, I don't think ejaculated in my anus. So he basically escorted me downstairs, and then I just went to leave, and I never heard back from him again. And I remember it was like raining in that night. It sucks I don't have like all of this as the screenshots as proof. I don't, sadly. There's one man that I knew on there that I'll talk about later on. That was like the first attempt I think I got raped. And then the second attempt was some other tall Mexican guy, I think, that was a little older than me. I walked like 5 miles this just to because this is when I want companionship, right? I wanted to be someone's friend because I didn't really have friends at the time, and I still didn't know how to say no when it comes to sex, right? So people may think it's not right because I didn't enjoy it. And the thing is, for this guy, I will walk far just to meet him. And I think I now was some like abandoned apartment or something that he lived in, maybe. And he would force me to give him oral sex. And I remember his buddies would come around, right? It looked like they're like drug addicts or something. And I remembered of how when I told him I want to go home, right? I was sitting on his lap as I was in his friend's car. They did drop me off, but they basically did not give me back my phone because I was still in high school when this incident happened, right? And then I told him, "Hey, I left my phone in your car in your friend's car." They drove off, and I never heard from them ever again. And I remember one incident. I seen him at Walmart as I was walking there, right? And I never felt so. I think it's like years later because I remember that guy that basically forced me to have sex with him and stole my phone from me, and he's like walking with his family. So I didn't say anything, and I was just shocked. I just had to accept that that incident happened. And then the third guy or fourth, I think it was. I think it's considered gang rape. This is when I still lived in my own townhouse at the time because I think his name was like Marcus. He was a mixed guy. I think he had like an average build. I never seen him naked or anything, of course, right? He wanted to meet up at the park that I lived in of my townhouse, right? Like across the street. And he had a boyfriend, which I didn't know because I don't think he didn't had in the status he was taken. It was an open relationship, right? So let's just say that those two they kind of forced me to kiss them. I went along with it. I don't remember what song was playing on the radio, but I was forced us to be in a threesome. I didn't know what a threesome was. I think it was like 20 or something when this happened, right? So that happened. And then I just basically the good thing is no anal sex has happened or not that I know of. It's just kissing, which is weird. I still didn't like it though. But I just run along with it and pretend that nothing has ever happened. So that was something. And then the fourth incident in my old neighborhood was some African guy. I mean, he definitely seemed African, right? I came out I am some years later. I just forget about it, right? I don't think it's considered as rape or anything. I agreed to it, but I didn't want to do it though because well, I feel like I have to because since you're gay, Dion, you have to say yes every time a guy wants you to do a sexual act. I didn't know about this. I gave him oral sex in the Circle K bathroom. I do not know why, and I know his penis was pretty nasty looking. Don't worry, it's not like he cured any diseases, at least not that I know of. And I don't know why the hell I did that, but I just remembered I did, right? This is why I'm asexual. I mean, I'm surprised people like sex. Nothing wrong with it. It's not for everyone. Not for me. Literally, not for me. Okay. And then the fifth incident, this is gonna be a long list. The fifth incident was by oh god, this will be like a little this is not an order, by the way. Even the first three kind of was. This is when my aunt was working at the I'm just gonna say anyway. Grand Canyon University is basically a Christian college, like for people that are Christian, right? Even though you don't have to be Christian just to go there. Um I met this. I think he was handsome. He was kind of tall, 5'10", right? Native American guy. I actually seen his dorm because I'm surprised that's what the university looks like. And I think I was 20 or 19. This happened. Excuse me, way right after I graduated. And I remember that when he basically let me visit his his dorm, right? I remember because he is discreet, right? I don't remember what his body was. I just thought I was scared of him completely. Um, he asked me, "Are you down to fuck?" I didn't know. I did not know what that means. I'll just let you know, I was not educated on sex. I thought down to fuck is just like a slang just to hang out, right? I didn't know about this stuff. I had to learn this the hard way. Okay, and I said sure. And then we flexed in the mirror for some reason. He was really tall, so I know I was scared of him. Period. And I remembered as soon because we had our clothes off, right? I thought he was just doing it for fun in this dorm. I think he did have roommates though, but he was the only one that's alone at the time. And I remember he told me to get down, right? Like he was demanding it. Like he was like, get down. Like if I didn't do what he told me to do, he could probably beat me up or something. Who knows? So I was scared, right? And I told him, no, I don't want to do this. And I remembered in that voice he says, leave. I didn't know that I was about to get raped because he did not want to take a polite no for an answer. So he just told me to get out of his dorm. He didn't slam the door, but he closed the door. So I knew I was about to get raped for like the fourth time, right? So that's what happened. And then the sixth time, oh boy. This is a little bit later. This is by this chubby guy. I remember his face. He had like spiky faded hair. He was Mexican. He was chubby. It was average height, right? Which is tall to me, 5'9". And I remember he would message me on Grindr if he wanted to like to visit my place or hang out or something. And I give him our address, right? This is when I was still living in my townhouse at the time. I even did a video about him a while back. I wanted to expose him. I even told the police about this once, but since that happened ages ago, they can't do anything about it. I had the courage to tell them about it, or at least the detectives, or it's a long time ago, right? Long story. Um, Otherwise they were supportive, but they couldn't do anything, sadly, because I didn't have like full proof. So basically, when he came over, he had a weird look at his face. I knew, like, okay, why is he giving me like a smirk? Oh, hold on, my brother's back.
Yeah, like around 6. So.
All right.
You sure you took a shower?
Yeah.
What soap did you use?
The Old Spice.
The black one, right?
The red bottle tomorrow.
Oh, that's shampoo.
Well, whatever.
Use the black.
Say, soap is soap, right?
I'm just saying, just use the black bottle for.
Plus, I mean, my hair had to be clean. I did the best.
I'm saying, look, just use the black bottle and take a shower, okay?
I know.
I know. It's Old Spice, but I'm just saying that's. Review that shampoo.
Yeah, well.
The black bottle you have to use to.
Yeah.
Wash your body with.
All right. Okay. What was I saying? So for the native guy, wait, Deon, let's see. You remember, do you? Frick. I'm at number 5, right? Going on number 6? Damn it. I forgot where I left off. Okay. Let's just go to number 6, right? So number 6 was, I think he was cute. He was a Native American guy. He was chubby, right? Because in my state, well, we do have Native Americans that live here, but not too many. Only like around Indian reservations or you grow up north, so it was an experience just to even meet someone that's Native American, right? I'm not talking about for sex, like I'm talking about for like friendship wise. Okay, and the thing is, I would meet up with him. He didn't rate me or anything, of course. All right, I because it's kind of like how your picture, like you know how movies you don't know what the person looks like. Like if you think about Batman, right? You do not know what he looks like behind the mask. It's like that, so to speak. I think that's why Grinder has that logo, right? Because it represents men that are discreet. Nothing wrong with being discreet, though. You know, there's nothing wrong with it to an extent, right? Because they don't reveal themselves. Because let's just say, depending on your family where you live, that may be homophobic. You have to hide, right? It's like that, so to speak. So I never know what he looked like during the daytime. I've only would see him at night, and that's when his lights were out. He had a nice stomach, though. I remember that. You know, he was kind of chubby, right? So I did have a thing for chubby boys because they don't need to have a six pack to be attractive. It's awful enough that in the gay community, though, that men are pressured to thinking that they need to have a certain height or a certain physique that's be attractive. While for women, they can be chubby, they could just be all feminine or even masculine, right? And they're way more accepting. But for us, man, it's the other way around. And we had to be like a clone of one another, just be accepting. It doesn't make any sense. Just so you know, I'm asexual, right? Like I still do find men attractive, but I don't like sex. I don't. Okay, and I'm not attracted to women. That makes sense. So basically, I'm not attracted to anyone, but I still find like men attractive, aesthetically and even sensually, right? I know it's like being homo romantic, but I like to use the word ace because people do not know what the hell that means. So that was my sixth attempt. And then my seventh attempt. Oh yeah, okay. The sixth attempt was that chubby guy, right? Because I invited him at our townhouse, right? And then I guessing I got a little bit touchy because I feel like I have to just to make him comfortable. The next you know, he would get really rough with me. He would put his penis in my anus, right? And I was so scared to say no. And my brother was like at home, and his room was like right next door, and I was quiet. I don't know what to do, right? And then I asked her downstairs, and I told him I'll help you drive safe, and he said, "What?" Like he got what he wanted. He did ejaculated in me as well. So that's the sixth attempt. The native guy, you know, it wasn't rape with him, but I got attached. I'm not sure. Okay, I guess got taken advantage of. Maybe that was seven, and then eight would be this guy that would n- know me and other apps I use just for freshest of other boys. I think I remember I was in my townhouse. It was late at night. I was probably like watching 101 Dalmatians, and then he texted me saying, "Oh, you want to hang out and chill, right?" It was late. I could just said no. I'm not in the mood, right? It's hard for me to say no back then because, well, once again, I didn't know that it's okay to say no. So I was bored, and I guess I didn't mind having someone to hang out with, right? I was depressed, but not like I am now, right? And then I went to an alley, and then he wanted me to give him oral, and I could have said no. I know he was Mexican, right? I don't remember his name or anything, but I know one thing. He kind of even almost forced me to give him anal. Like, I do not know why the hell he did. And I remember one incident. I think this should be illegal on his part. I didn't consent to this, right? I went along with it, but let's just say that he had his flash on, right? The thing is, though, I'm sure if he was doing it just because it's dark, or he was captured me on camera giving him oral sex, and I would be shocked if he had put me on a porn site without me knowing about it. Like should be illegal. Like I'm not sure if he did. I don't know because I think he was. I think he probably was filming me. Maybe. right? I'm thinking, okay, I didn't consent to that, right? Like, if you don't put me on a porn site I didn't even know about, you could at least ask me. I would politely would say no. But without my knowledge, I mean, I don't know, right? So, yeah, that incident happened. I don't think he filmed me though. I know he had a flash on. I don't know what the hell he's doing. I could have said no, but I just went along with it, right? Because just so you know, my school didn't teach me much about sex ed. I had to learn all this stuff my own. So that's basically what has happened. And then, if I remember a knife encounter, it was a Mexican man in his early 30s. This is when I really got raped. It was late at night, probably like 6 miles away from where I live, I think. I don't know if I was still in school on that day. It was during the weekend. I think I was 18. Okay. I know he had like a TV that's hanging up to his wall. He like, like how in certain Mexican neighborhoods or small houses, right? His was like that. And I think his door is in the back. I don't remember. I just know he didn't really speak English fluently, right? Which I don't care. However, though, he basically had a big penis. I know that. He gave me anal sex without my consent. I kept telling him no, no. And let's just say his thing was so big, he tore me up. I was bleeding. And I think he did ejaculate it in my anus as well. And next thing you know, when I was walking home, I think it was into the morning. I don't remember. I think I was him. I was pooping out his, you know what, right? In my underwear. And it felt really uncomfortable. And I was bleeding. I don't think this happened during the school day. I don't think it did. I just thought I was probably still in high school when this happened. So that was my ninth encounter. And then my 10th one. This one's a long one. His name is Angel T. Estrada. You could probably find him on Facebook. I knew him since he was 29, right? Because he went to my graduation. I met him on Grindr as well. Just as again, only wanting to form friendships, right? At first, and then I got a little attached to him, and then it became a friends with benefit thing, right? This is why I still consider myself as a virgin, because all of this was not really consensual, right? I feel like I had to. Okay, was of adult age. Okay, I knew him the longest, and I didn't know he was a sex offender until later, until when he told me, right? Because I think he like peed or whatever, like across from a school or something. I don't remember the exact details. However, though, from what I remembered, um, when I lived with him, because I did have some family issues, right? I was seen as his like little brother or whatever, but with sex, right? I was attracted to him. He was really tall, by the way, really tall, 6 foot, and he had spiky short hair. Really built, right? I was to say I was scared of him, kind of. Maybe that's why I thought he was hot, right? This is when I was going to a phase of loving older men, right? Which I'm glad I went to that phase. Um, I lived with him, right? I think I lived with my mother later on. But the thing is, let's just say that there were some incidents that he would kind of force me to have sex without my consent. What I mean by that, when I'm asleep, I remember when I woke up, he had his penis in my anus, right? I didn't consent to that. He said, "Oh, you could just said no." Well, it's hard to say no, especially for a man his size. I mean, I even did shower with him. I thought that was kind of hot. You gotta understand, he's a tall man, right? You gotta understand, like 6 foot is like fucking 7 foot compared to me. He's a fucking tall man, okay? And He would do this a couple of times, and I would let him have anal sex, right? He was the one that I mentioned that would force me to wear certain clothes during Pride Month. Even I don't think this even fit me, right? I still have these to this day because these are the shirts he gave me when I wanted to go to my very first Pride Month, right? He basically forced me to wear something like this. Okay, it's so long ago. I just thought I was wearing like a tight baby blue shirt. I felt like I was gonna suffocate, right? Because he wanted me to look good, but I want her to dress how I dress. That's appropriately, right? For Pride Month. But apparently he was just doing that for his own benefit. That's when he was drunk with his gay friends, and he basically gave me a bus ticket back home because I told him like, Angel, I'm done. I just want to go back and whatever, right? So I have a long past with him, and that makes sense. You can even see it on his Facebook. He still like there's a picture of me in my graduation gown. You can find it, okay? And it was just I don't want to talk much more about him now. It's a long story, but that's like the 10th guy, and I think there's a few more. Um, I'm trying to think what are the other men that I've met that did that force you to do things. Oh yeah, okay. This isn't rape, but this is number 11. I don't remember who he was, but I remember I was so desperate that this is what I don't like about that app. Okay, men on there flake a lot. Basically, let's just say that they would even get you in trouble. I didn't got in trouble or anything. I didn't. However, though, this man, he lived in downtown, right? He just did this for the fun of it. He lived like this is probably like 8 miles away from my house, and I was so lonely one night. I would go out of my way just to meet this man, right? I don't remember his name. Let's just call him Lance, right? So basically, Lance, he told me that, oh, you want to hang out and chill before I had to go to bed or something. I don't remember the exact story, right? So this story maybe kind of made up, but not fully. And I said yes, right? Because this is what Grindr is. I will walk. He would give me the address of the place that I will walk to his apartment, right? Because this is in downtown. And as soon as I got there, because I was getting close to the location, I knocked on the door, and it was a different man. He was kind about it, like, "Are you whomever?" Like Lance says, he said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I think I got the wrong door." And I replied, "Oops, my mistake. My apologies." Right? I literally like walked 8 miles for nothing, and I felt so embarrassed. Or at least that's when he was walking downstairs, because maybe that man was just going to work, right? So basically, Grinder, for example, it's dangerous if you don't know what you're doing, right? But yet again, it can be dangerous to anyone, because flake is basically like what Darren said. Is that it's not the drug part. It's when someone would. It's like they're trolling you, but the other way around. So let's just say you want to meet up with them, right? They give you a fake address. They would blind you. This happened to me a couple of times. I remember where we lived in my old townhouse, right? Because we had like a drive-in, like it's like right next to the freeway, something like that. Right? We used to go there all the time. I remember this guy. He asked me, I think it's like a black guy, right? So this would be number 12. So right, no rape or anything, okay? But the shop, right? They gave me the address of that place, and as soon as I got there, he blocked me. That's it. And I walked back home, and I was exhausted. So basically, a lot of these men would do this for some odd reason. And then number 13, okay, now I'm starting to remember. He was Mexican. He looked like he was pretty young, like my age at the time, like 18 or 19, right? And I remember I'll go to this weird apartment, or I think it was like a hotel, right? I don't remember. I think it was like a hotel. He dry humped me. He didn't, I don't know if that's considered rape, but he did hump me. I didn't like it. Don't worry, this is a little different. He wasn't nude, none of that stuff. He had all of his clothes on, but he still dry humped me. And then he said, "All right, I'm done." That one, that incident was weird. I'm just glad that he wasn't nude or anything or forced me. It was really, really odd, right? And I just basically walked home after that incident. And if I can remember for number 14, hmm, let's see. I know there's a couple more. That's why I say 14. Um, oh yeah, the trans guy. Right. I didn't know what trans was back then. I guess it was trans is what is it? Male to female, right? Or he maybe just like to dress and drag or something. I don't know. So this one, I'm not sure it's considered as rape, but I didn't like doing it. He lived in downtown, right? This is when I had my very first encounter of a trans person, by the way, and I'm not transphobic. I am far from that. Okay, because he was sweet at first. He was tall and he was white, if I remembered. He had long hair. I'm thinking, is this guy a woman? Right? I wasn't just meant or anything. I was just curious. I'm thinking, well, why would a woman use Grindr? Right? But I noticed that he had a penis. So I didn't want to suck on it because, well, I obviously don't want to have sex. Plus, I'm not bi. If I was bi, to be different, right? Like, okay, if you're feminine or you wearing a wig that makes you represent a woman, I don't care. But the thing is, I don't like women, right? Or at least he considers himself as a woman. I don't know. Explain it, okay? So I was a little bit weirded out because I'm thinking, is this a woman or what? Right? Sucks that like my 19-year-old self acted like a 12-year-old. Okay, I just let you know, I live in one of the least educated states here, so please bear with me, right? Because this is my very first experience of a trans woman. Because I know he had like a gorgeous room. It was pretty, like if you think about like a girl's room, right? Something like that. He was sweet though. He was. It's just I didn't like that part that he kind of pressured me to have oral sex. He could at least say in his thing that he considers himself as trans, maybe. And I just walked home and got my way, and that's it for that night. So I think those are my experiences that I had on Grinder. 14 different men, I think, unless there's one more. Hmm. Oh, okay. I'm not done. I'm not done. This isn't right, but let's just say I got my heart used. So I met this really cute Asian boy, right? I think he's from Nepal. He had a nice stomach, and that's part why I found him so attractive. He was 5'6", right? So you can probably see why he had a short side. He's taller than me. Okay. And I think it was on Grinder or there's another app that men use. It's similar to Grinder. It's called Jacked. I think it's supposed for men that are like muscular, maybe. Oh my god, I feel awful that I know all of these apps. Oh dear. So basically, for him, this is a little complicated, right? He was a little different than the other boys I've met on there. However, though, I knew him for a little bit, and I think he had a boyfriend later. The thing is, when we hung out, right? Because I think I was 19 or around that age. Okay, we're the same age, or maybe it was like a year. Well, I don't think he was. No, I think he was of age. Unless he probably lied about being 17. But I mean, it's only like 2 years apart. How the hell am I gonna know? Right? I don't think he was still in high school though. I don't fucking know. I just know he's still in my age group, right? So the thing is that I remember that we would like walk around the neighborhood or whatever, and I liked him. I want to get to know him more because I do have a soft side for Asian boys, right? I do. I really do, especially for South Asian, right? Nepalese are considered South Asian, if I'm correct, right? He's not Indian. Big difference. He look Asian. He look like he's Chinese, right? If that makes sense. Nepali people are quite an interesting nationality. If that makes sense. So when I hang out with him, right, and he did speak English, he did not give me eye contact. Like I have feelings for him because he would always he didn't mind hanging out with me. Right. I'm sorry if I'm not looking at the screen because I'm trying to concentrate on my past, right? So basically, and plus I'm not to get discouraged if I don't really have people that like to view on my live stream here. The thing is that when we hang out, I forgot the stuff we did together. We just hung out and maybe went to the park. Fuck, I forgot my blanket. Hold on. Oh, wait. Okay, sorry about that. I'm surprised there's only you two that are on here. Okay. I got 5 votes, but why is it only you two commenting? Weird. I'm gonna keep going. I'm trying to get. Wait, I got 2 people in my state. Well, that's good at least. So, yeah, my boy just got back, Dumbo, that you heard earlier. And asexual, thank you, Solus. Asexual people could still be attracted to people. They just don't want to participate in fornication with anyone. Exactly. And that angel guy is a devil. He deserves to rot in prison. I sadly had to agree with you, Solus. And he basically took me with care. And, well, at first, right? I mean, at least he's not considered as a freak because he did want to make sure that I was 18, right? So, and I consent to that, right? It's just that when he wanted to give me anal sex while I was asleep, that's when it really started to go downhill from there. But I was intimidated and I just couldn't say no. It actually makes sense. And yeah, dumbbell grinder is really terrible. I mean, women don't use it because it's supposed to be for men, right? That love the same sex. There's a college and sororities at school, right? I mean, sorority should be off by now because it's like almost 3 for me. So whoever, because I know I did get like upvotes. I just want to say I hope that other people find this live stream and they find it interesting, just so I can get that extra support because I don't want Solus and Dumbbell to do all the work. So basically, for that guy, okay, I don't remember his name, unfortunately. I think he did move on. Maybe he didn't really find me attractive, which is fine. I mean, I want to have a friend. That's it. I don't care any about that stuff, right? But the thing is, he didn't really like. If you're friends with someone, you would give them eye contact. But I didn't know this until later that he never looked me in the eye, which is really strange. Come to think of it now, oh boy, it kind of hurts a little bit knowing about it. He never looked me in the eye or anything. He didn't. You know, he did like hanging out with me, I think. If he didn't want to, he could just said so. Oh God, no. Come to think of it. Oh. But yeah, those are 15 different guys I've met. Oh God, that's crazy. Actually, I'm not done. Don't worry. This is not like this is. I mean, I even wanted to share the stories of the ones I never met. This could be really interesting. So for Grindr, if I could explain it right, you can even find it over on YouTube as well. Grinder, it is known just for hookups. I mean, yes, friendships and dating is possible. Extremely unlikely, though. This is why I don't like how some men brag about, oh, I met my first boyfriend, we got married. Well, that's good that you did. But other men like me, well, we're not even able to get friendships if we're lucky, right? Because on that app, I've let's just say I got mistreated quite a bit. I even had one incident of a man that wants likes to keep trolling me because all right, this is gonna be a little bit disturbing. I even put a picture of myself crying, right? Like, am I ugly or anything, right? I literally did that. I don't know why on a Grindr app for crying out loud. I was going to a lot, right? I was going to a lot. And I married this one man that was so messed up in the brain that he would have like a picture because this is when because the thing is I look like one of my nephews, right? I know I do, at least at the time. When I was younger, I think I was 19 at the time. I think that's when people like to like spread those like pictures of me all over online. I think that's how on Twitter one time. I want to talk about it though. That people it got like 2 million views on it, right? And people were spreading it about like my messy hair. Like, okay. So I'm shocked I was shared on Twitter. I don't want to talk about it. I don't. Okay. I was 19 in that picture, by the way. So basically, I was wearing a gray shirt, right? I don't know where the hell it was in that time. I don't remember. But the thing is, on that app, a man made my face deformed. Like, I don't know how to explain it. He made me deformed looking. Like, he literally edited my photo to make me more ugly looking as a joke. He sent it to me in the messages just to troll me. It hurts. Because the thing is, a ton of the men on that app blocked me. When they asked for a face photo, I'm not talking about news or anything. No, I don't go that far. They blocked me. They don't even tell me they're not even interested. They literally will block me, right? This is what I don't like about that app. Basically, you could tell if let's just say you message a man on there, okay? You can see, you see chat logs, right? When you see their thing that disappear, it means they either block you or you probably remove them yourself, right? But a ton of these men, they will block me. This happened really often. I remember one incident, okay, of this white guy because he read my description that I was clean of self harm or whatever. I even had pictures of my drawings, right? Just to demonstrate, presentate to this man, I'm not here for sex. No. It sucks that I couldn't say I'm asexual because I don't know what the hell being ace was yet. So basically, I sent that guy because he was curious to know what I looked like because he had like a picture of him and his sister. He okay, I sent him a photo of me smiling. I don't like to smile, by the way. I don't. It just seems fake. I don't like to smile. I don't even look good smiling either. I don't like to smile. I'm just like this because that's me being realistic. I was holding my Pokemon diary, right? I was wearing my white beanie. I was wearing my blue Pokemon shirt. And next thing you know, a minute later, or even less than that, when he asked me to see what it looked like, his profile picture's gone. Basically, that means he blocked me. He literally cannot even tell me, "Oh, you're not my type, but I hope for the best for you." He could have said that. He blocked me after he read my description. Okay, I was going to do enough time with my mental health, and for you to block me, it took me a lot of courage just to reveal my face to another man on there. Sorry about that. There was like a bubble that came out of my mouth there, a water bubble, so to speak. I felt suicidal when I used that app, and I later decided to stop using it for good. I forgot when I stopped using that app. Let's just say I was so desperate to meet men on there. I would even. This is when after I left high school, right? I would even. My mother, she was okay with this. This is when she was making a decent amount of money, right? Like this is a decent amount, like
Not like rich, like enough to get by. She didn't mind paying that app, right? Because how do I explain this? There is a prescription. I'm thinking about medication. Like when you think about like YouTube Premium or something, you will pay extra money, right? It's a scam, by the way. You will pay extra money just to see more profile pictures or getting like more privilege of the app. And my mother shouldn't mind paying for that. This one time, right? I felt awful for this because I want to get out of my comfort zone. This is not the correct way to do so to meet other men, right? And I felt awful that my mother had to sacrifice like $10 or five. I forgot how much it cost just to use the app. So Grindr is a complete hell for that because I accidentally had my mother lose money because of that. And so is 15 different guys. And so is, I guess you could say I did become a meme on Twitter, so to speak, short term. But yeah, it's complicated. I don't know. People are just wanting to make fun of my messy hair, which doesn't make any sense. Why? Because I seen it and I was disturbed. So that's why I don't like Twitter for another good reason. And also, Green Ribbon, this is the fourth time I'm trying to. Oh, don't worry, Dumbo. I saw the beginning. You don't have to worry. Your messages are going through, so you have nothing to worry at all. And Dumbo, yes, I would get blocked constantly on that app. It's not good. I mean, no, you can use it for free. It's just that I wanted to have extra features for that. My mother, she didn't mind paying just like a few extra bucks, right? Did it froze on me? Okay. So I was guilty of that, and Grindr did somewhat ruin my life in a way. It sucks that I used it. Even though maybe at the same time I'm kind of glad that this is gonna sound dark of me. I was raped because if I wasn't, I would still be terrified to walk at night. Like how I'll walk 3 miles just to go to Dollar Tree. Well, with all those incidents that happened to me, I'm not afraid to walk at night. Not even a little. Okay, maybe there's some, like, depending on, like, if I'm being followed or anything. That's it. I don't know. But most of the time, I'm not. I love walking. I feel more safer at night than during the day. I do not know why. But yeah, those are like 15 different guys I've encountered. If I remember, throughout after I left high school, right? I haven't used that app in since COVID. The last guy I've met, he had a nice stomach though. That's probably where my fetish came from. He was pretty tall himself, 5'10", right? He was mixed white, I think. And I forgot what job he had. He was sweet, but the thing is, well, I remember I was watching Fairy Tale on Netflix during that time, right? And I think my brother's working during that time or running errands, so he doesn't know about this, or maybe he was asleep. I don't fucking remember. I think he wasn't at home. Um, I did invite him into our castle, right? The thing is, what bothered me, I guess he didn't mean any harm now. This is when I knew, like, Deon, you're our ace. When he wanted to kiss me, I kept moving well, I'm not sure if I did that, or he tried to kiss me, right? I didn't feel anything. I didn't. I'm thinking, why is he kissing me for? Like, I can still find him attractive, but it doesn't mean I'm gonna be romantic with him. That's what being asexual is. The feeling is gone, right? Or the feeling doesn't exist. There's a spectrum of asexuality, absolutely. But I didn't feel anything. I'm thinking, like, why is he kissing me for? That's what being ace is. If you think about, like, Jughead from Archie's Mysteries, he's ace. Or Todd from BoJack Horseman, he's ace. Or hell, even Alistair from Hazbin Hotel, he's ace. There's still a feeling there. It doesn't exist. Even though it does, we just don't feel anything. So that's what it feels like, right? And I don't want to be hard to him. I'm just thinking like, why is he kissing me for? So it was really interesting. This is when I first knew I was asexual, because I'm just not that type of person that could see myself having sex with anyone. Like, gross. I'm ace repulsed. It means someone that's asexual that finds sex disgusting. I mean, I can still watch porn, but if you're talking about in person, like, it's like me stirring out rotten cheese, on the counter at McDonald's or something. Like, what the hell is that? It looks disgusting. That's what being ace repulsed is. And so, as I agree with you, our experiences does make us stronger, absolutely. But yeah, those are my experiences on that app. And I've read some awful stories. I mean, you think my experience was awful? If you look up in other countries, it's even worse. So let's just say, like in Egypt, they're known for being extremely. I don't think you'll get killed for being gay. I don't think so. I don't remember the law. I know you can go to prison, but I don't think they will stone you to death. I think Saudi Arabia may have that law. I don't know what Middle Eastern country that still practice it, but on that app, let's just say if you want to meet with another man, you gotta be extremely careful. Like, you gotta be really lucky to meet a man on there, because there would be police that would impersonate as a gay man just to catch gay men, because being gay is extremely illegal in Egypt. You can go to prison. They do this in I'm sure many African countries, right? I know in Egypt they do that. I heard about it. And I feel so awful for gay Egyptians that risk their lives just because they love the same sex. It's horrible. Come to think of it, I remember when I used to use Skype, right? Back then it was like the Discord, right? I miss Skype so much. I was friends with this man. I don't remember how the hell I met him. I don't remember. His name is Daniel. He lived in Alexandria, which is one of the largest cities in Egypt. We had to be really discreet because he lives with his parents. They do not know he's gay. And of course, I had to pretend to be a woman because I don't remember his Instagram. I know he has one. Guys, he's like a photographer. He would get in trouble. I wonder, maybe later on they don't care. I don't know. Or maybe, I don't know. I just know he told me that when I met him. And I had to blend in because, well, I want to make sure that he's safe. So I know how it's like when I used to use Facebook and Skype, right? Of the men that I befriended with, short term, they did live in homophobic countries, right? And I could see why they act the way they act, because it's so different and, well, dreadful. It's not here in the US that we got rights, but for them, they don't. So I could see why, and they taught me about it. And it's ironic how, these apps are. Only two of you. Okay, that's weird. I don't know. It sucks that it's an hour and people keep leaving. That sucks. Because I got 4 likes and I'm glad you two are still here, but it just sucks that, man, I hope more people see this live stream. It sucks to get more attention. I think maybe because people don't like live streams that much, but it's the easiest for me because I don't feel like posting another video and wasting more storage. But yes, Stolas, not exactly. So let me explain about SpongeBob here. Okay, this is what I've heard on Reddit. I think one of my viewers told me about this, and this is extremely accurate. SpongeBob is not gay. He may seem like it, but he's not. He's just really free-spirited. It's possible, but it's extremely unlikely. Steven Hillenburg, before he died, he confirmed that SpongeBob is asexual because sponges, they reproduce, right? That's why he makes SpongeBob as an asexual character. And you know how SpongeBob doesn't find interest in women, like compared to Squidward, Mr. Krabs, even Patrick, because he find that mermaid in that SpongeBob movie attractive. SpongeBob doesn't feel any of that, right? So the asexual vibe definitely gives it away. But what I also found out is he is autistic, kind of obvious, because SpongeBob, he gets really sensitive, right? Um, he likes certain things that makes him happy, right? Which is an autistic trait. And sometimes he has a difficult time interacting with other people, right? Because he has different learning cues, which is another autistic trait, so to speak. So basically, SpongeBob is autistic and asexual, which I think is pretty cool. So he could be a homo Aries, or so to speak, but so as I doubt it. At least that's what Steven or Hillenberg said, right? He's just practically asexual, but in the autistic spectrum. Sorry, I like to nibble my dog. I know that's gross. I like to nibble my dog's nose. This is building a deeper connection with them. But yeah, basically, that's what like being asexual. If I could put more, no, mamas, you can't like that. So there is spectrums of asexuality. If I could bring in more detail, I'm in the repulsed side. Someone that is ace that finds sex gross, right? But there are asexuals out there that can have sex. They're sex positive, which means you're okay with having sex with someone if you build a bond with them, even though that kind of represents demisexuality. It's when someone wouldn't have sex unless they form an emotional bond. Gray sexual is when you would have sex once in a yellow moon. So you would have sex, but you later won't do it. And I think there's one that I like. It's called a spike. It's where it's like similar to being gray sexual. It's when you would have like one incident, you get like really horny to have sex with someone, but later on the feeling just goes away, right? So I'm thinking those are the spectrums, unless I'm missing one. Um hmm. I think that's about it about asexuality. There's even a subreddit. I kind of want to share it because it'd be kind of interesting, but I'm worried that the live stream may lag, but I'm going to try anyway. And Dumbo, yes, Egypt is extremely homophobic because 90 hold on. Is this lagging on me? Crud. Sorry about this. This map book sucks. Like 98 or 99% of the country is Muslim. And they practice the old Islamic law type compared to like Indonesia, right? Being gay, so I'm just chewing on sugar for some reason. Because of how dry my mouth is. Being gay is really frowned upon in their religion. That actually makes sense. I hope. Let's see. So my map, it sucks because I want to green because I want to share something really interesting on Reddit, but it may mess up. So I'm gonna try. It sucks that my map book is like this. It may take some time. Damn it. I hate this. This is gonna take some time. You know what? This map book fucking sucks. Honestly, because I know the live stream will go blank. I hate when it does and when I try to open a new tab. And Dumbo, you don't have to worry about it. This you listening, it means a lot. I'm trying to share it, yeah. It just sucks that I mean I appreciate the other people that like the live stream, but it'd be nice if they stay around because I feel that when people leave, it kind of hurts my chance to get heard more. I'm trying to open the subreddit. It's going to take a while. Okay, so there's two of them, asexual and asexuality. But I want to use the asexuality ones because that's the one that has the most members on it. It's going to take a bit. Yeah, there'll be more people on the asexuality subreddit. It's not that active. I know there's not many of us, but I'm impressed. Alright, I don't think the page is loading. Our trans people are weird. Alright, I don't know what the hell's wrong with this stupid thing. I'm not gonna bother. Oh, someone voted. It's 6 now, right? Someone's watching from another country? Oh, unless they left. Whoever voted, let me check. Oh man, we're only unless maybe it's a glitch in my end because it only says 2 views on here. I hope that they're able to rewind. Okay, if anyone ever sees this live stream later, because I'm sorry that I stopped talking because I wanted to share something on Reddit, like sharing the screen, but since my map book is so terrible, I just can't do that because it would act like this. That's why, and Dumbonga, you're still here. My map book may be out of sync because, well, this thing is it's crap, right? And I can't do much about it, unfortunately. I just hope that people release and join my videos though, because it does get a little discouraging that out of talk for so long. That's for people to join in. But if anyone ever sees this live stream, feel free to rewind to like the beginning if you may. That way, you can hear my story on that app. You know, even if I can't share the screen, I can just read off of this. So it's called male hypoactive sexual desire. What the hell is that? What? Some men who do not have sexual interest prior to sex do enjoy and become aroused by and desire sexual experience after it has begun. Therefore, the pattern of sexual desire following rather than proceeding. What the hell does this mean? Significant numbers of men experience low sexual desire and seek help for it in counseling. What? I'm confused. I don't get it. We're not busted, broken, disturbed, or damaged. Those are words given by the misinformed to force order and false discord to impose their will and beliefs on something beyond our ken. Right. It just talks about how asexuality is not a bad thing. It's not. So it annoys me how not wanting sex is always seen as a bad and unfortunate thing, but being extremely sexual is seen as lucky. Hmm. I don't like drinking from water bottles. I just want to drink from water. I know it's just because of allosexual society. Allosexual basically means people that are not asexual, and it doesn't count for us. But it's just constant, and it gets tiring hearing it all the time, right? All right, let me actually. There's another subreddit based off of asexuality. It's really interesting. Let me find it. It's called Ace. It has let's see if I can find it. It has a lot of A's and C's. It's a little complicated. It has a lot of members based off of people that are asexual. And I've always want to look up something like this. It's really interesting. Let me find something interesting here. How many people are active on this one? Oh, that person's Aries. Oh, this one's gonna be really, really interesting. Oh, that's so cute. What the hell is that? Is that it looks like a little animal that someone crafted. Oh, there's only 13 people? Oh my god, that's it? Man, we don't care about Reddit that much. I'm impressed. Sorry if I'm something so dull because I am kind of tired. I did force myself to wake up from my long rest before my mother went to work. That's why. Otherwise, I probably would have more energy. I wanna share this. I mean, there we go. I got the pages unresponsive again. Oh my god, this can kill my damn nerves. Um, but I could read it out loud. So you alone? Yeah, why what's up? Well, I'm in the shower. Wanna help me out? This must be from Instagram. This yo first time taking a shower? Oh my god, this is priceless. So basically, this is by a person named the underslash, right? Reddit underslash Lord. Basically, okay, this is supposed to be a girl that wanted to have sex in the shower, right? And what he meant by this yo time taking a shower or first time taking a shower, he basically thinks that the girl that wants to have sex in the shower, she needs to have help bathing herself. Let's just say the reason why asexuality and autism go together is because we don't. I mean, I don't know how to explain this, but for someone, okay, if you basically are asexual, right, and vice versa, you're more likely. I don't know like what percentage, but I think this is like a scientific fact, right? You're more likely to be autistic because people that are in the spectrum, even though there are people that are not asexual, they are more likely MacBook, what the hell? We wouldn't know how to respond. So my MacBook this froze for a sec. I don't know what the hell's wrong with this damn thing. So basically, that's what it is. Is it supposed to be like someone with sex, but we wouldn't know how to respond to that. It actually makes sense. Okay. All right, the live stream is still working. And so some guy haven't left. It just sucks as only you two are on here because I'm wondering I keep getting votes, but they don't stay around long. My sexual icon, if it's I don't know real life per se, but well, if it's animated, it would be SpongeBob for sure because he's really relatable, especially since he's in the spectrum solace. That's why I find him inspiring because there's nothing wrong with being ace. It actually makes sense. And double, that means a lot for you to not think I'm dull because I know a lot of people think that way. I'm still upset that I still cannot get a message from YouTube. I actually looked it up, and other people they say that it's this stupid bot. So I'm not the only one. They don't. YouTube fucking sucks. So I just had to. I'm hearing things. I just had to rant. It actually makes sense. We got 5 people on here. Unless it's a glitch. I noticed the time froze, so I'm gonna stop switching tabs because I hope that the live stream is still working because when I keep doing it, I think that's why the time is slowing down. It just sucks that my MacBook is like this. I hope that for the people that are viewing this live stream, I hope that you are finding my stories interesting because I know that people don't really view my live streams long term because they would visit and then they would just leave. That's why my other live streams don't do so good because maybe people don't like to hear me talk for hours on end, but they like to hear other people talk. Or maybe it's because since I'm not doing much, that's probably why. But this is all I can do right now. And the timer is not moving. This sucks. It's stuck at that 1 hour. Oh, it moved. It's 1 hour and 29 minutes. I think it's catching up now. All right. So, unfortunately, I'm not able to switch tabs because if I do, it will keep freezing. And by the way, if anyone is already viewing this live stream, okay, if you want to ask me any questions, go ahead. I don't know how the Q&A works. I'm not gonna bother messing with it. My MacBook's not capable. So if you have any questions, you could ask me as long as it's appropriate. The timer is still stuck. Because I know I talked for like an hour and a half. So I may need to take like a break from talking. You know what? As hopefully the timer will fix itself, I can still continue talking. I forgot. So actually, I want to get a little snack. Hold on. Yeah, my hair is sort of itchy. I should have done a better job cleaning it. All right, it's moving. It's an hour, 1 hour and 30. Oh man, we're only back up to 2 views, which is sadly we didn't got anyone. I don't get her. People, I don't know why people don't want to stop by, unless it's normal to not get many views on the live streams. I love doing this. So I love doing that. It sucks that the timer is frozen. Damn it. I hate when this happens. Because that means I'm not able to read the messages on time. Every time. And yeah, Dumbo Reddit is interesting. It just sucks that your messages are 5 minutes late. Might just eat a couple honey chicken tenders or something. Hmm.
A park is much of the same, featuring inviting event that leaves so much more to be desired. Honourable mention to the DS version of this game. The vehicles in 3 garnered mixed opinions. I'm personally
I don't know where I left off.
one of the key set pieces of Dawn of the Dragon is the Dragon City, where an epic battle of the ages is taking place. Spyro and Cinder first need to firefight by sourcing some fresh water and using buckets to stop a building from burning down, all while fighting off attacking foot soldiers. Afterwards, they ascend the large walls that border the city, and we get an epic visual of armies upon armies making their way towards us. But this is where things crawl to an endless endurance of offense and defense, hopelessly repairing the single cannon we have to protect us while destroying waves and waves of enemies. There is no denying that it is a cool moment, but it chews up so much time and can be incredibly fighting attention. And that's only the second part. The level ends with a crowd battle against this big lug, and then fighting against the game's failure to explain what on earth you're actually supposed to do here. And given these two levels go hand in hand, after all of that pissing about, the following level is just more of the same. Roadblocked of waves and waves of enemies before climbing next to battle against the vicious golem. As a cooperative two-player game, man, this would be so much easier if the second player just didn't exist. His attacks are so annoying, and given we have to climb up to even reach the guy, a single wrong move sends you way back down. Thankfully, this game is kind enough to offer a few additional resources down there, but it's just mind-rotting patterns waiting to mash the buttons, and is ultimately defeated with a quick time event. What a little sissy bitch. Now, granted, both of These are key features for the narrative here, but I don't care. This is the third game in a row to feature this same mindless, brain-bodied combat where nothing matters, and it's all made up for some asinine excuse to draw the adventure out longer than necessary. I am so sick of it. Back to Season of Flame at an incredibly uninspired level.
I don't remember.
Moving on to the sequel now with Shady Oasis, and what a disappointing level I think most, myself included, often forget even exists tucked away in the back of Autumn Plains. Scorched Light forces us through an incredibly dull hallway, escorting this bulbous inflating hippo along the way to break down the gates. It's fine the first time through, but having to go all the way back on a hunt for these mysterious phases is not fun. And that's accentuated even further by having to chase down the thieves as well. Though at least they do introduce some energy into this otherwise non-impactful level. But the cherry on top is the forced backtracking again once you've obtained the head bash ability for all of a 30-second minigame and you're done. Moving on. Let's instead discuss another level brimming with potential in my opinion that may never get the opportunity due to its inclusion in Attack of the Rhinos. Moneybags has secret treasure vaults hidden all across the lands in this game, so it comes as a welcome surprise when we actually get to visit its humble abode. Laced with security measures and overflowing with golden coins and bars, loose cash and treasure, it's kind of neat to see where all of Spyro's spare change ended up after all of his adventures. The level itself is again very basic, but I absolutely love the detail of these little cats that you need to dizzy and direct onto the buttons so you can progress through the level. I would kill to see this fully realised one day, but for now, this is our only glimpse into the reality of Moneybags. Well, unless you count Bear Forest from Shadow Legacy on the DS, where he started a family of melted-faced children out in the middle of the woods. But no, we don't count that here, so let's move on, because we're quickly creeping up on the halfway mark. The home worlds in A Hero's Tale generally did quite a good job of just offering a large, open-ended space for you to explore and track down the various collectibles and challenges hidden throughout. The problem with Frostbite Village is that it tends to fail in the actual reward part of that deal. Different areas stretch on for eternities, and with unique landmarks few and far between, it's very easy to get lost in this mess of blue polygons. There is a cave beneath a sheet of ice which is cool, and various frosted caves to discover, but that's it really. Of course, I'm choosing not to mention the brain-melting turret defense missions because I just can't handle even thinking about it. So let's move on to number 111. Monkey Monastery. Another wide expanse of icy wilderness with no discernible landmarks, and yeah, it's got all of the same problems as Frostbite Village. It takes so long to get anywhere or make progress, and the entire level is held back by atrocious frame rates. When enemies step onto the ice, their reflections tank the entire game, as if it wasn't appalling enough already. If it weren't for the calming atmosphere and an okay slide to conquer, this may have appeared much lower. But then looking at this cannon shit, I'm starting to wonder if it even deserves this spot so high up. They fucked up the Yetis from Spyro 3, they fucked up the ice physics, there are definitely worse levels out there, but yeah, there is also so much better that we're yet to encounter. Monkey Monastery is tucked away to the back of the Dragon Realms, and I've got to say, I kind of like what they've got going on here. Yes, it's very dead as there is no life, and each of the levels fighting out their entranceways is the only interesting detail. But this was the first time we saw a Spyro game where all of the levels were accessible from a single location. Had it been fleshed out by a stronger development team, I see this working well for the formula. Not to mention that really chill music that is about as close as this game gets, just sounding like a classic title of the franchise. I wish there was a lot more to this one. I really do. Peacemakers from the first game, on the other hand, is another solid homeworld, somehow managing to make a swamp look thoroughly appealing, and the stark mechanical influence metalhead groups have had over the otherwise natural landscape creates for some startling visuals. My earliest memories of this game were glimpses of the small huts and the well you can jump down into. Plus, I've always loved climbing the large pyramid structure to get a good look at the environment. A decent hub world that I feel not too many appreciate. Back in the hero's tale, after all of the doom and gloom in the final stages of the game, we finally arrived to Red's laboratory, and it's just occurred to me that, unlike the older Brother franchise, which was constantly rife with sci-fi, tech-enthusiastic legs, Spyro, on the other hand,
Yeah, it's not working
never
right
really
now.
saw too many of these. And it's any wonder, given that it generally doesn't fit within the series' core fundamentals. Choreographed as a series of linear hallways filled with basic, yet often poorly constructed hazards and unenthusiastic enemies, as well as unenthusiastic players, this hunt for the remaining Dark Crystals is a slog.
So it's working? That's weird. Because the thing is, I wonder if I should just do it on here instead. I don't get it. It's working on the other tab, but this one directly, unless I don't use this pop-up thing. What the hell does this pop-up dashboard do? Man, my MacBook is so awful, it doesn't even do anything. Oh, right, so much for that. The thing is, time is not moving. The screen is black, but you can hear me? Yeah, that's right, because I covered it. That's weird. All right, a little bit behind, at least for the audio. Because I can see all your messages. It won't come up on this one yet. Damn it, this MacBook sucks. I don't know why it's like this. You know what? As long as you can hear me, that's what matters. I just had to have the other bin. This sucks. This damn thing sucks. Sorry, I had to do that. The thing is, when I'm using the other tab, right, it's so delayed. I can't even see me talking. You're going to make dinner with your family, but don't worry because I'll be back. That's fine. That's totally fine, Dumbo. Absolutely. Why the hell does this keep lagging on me? I guess he just is lagging on that part. I don't know what the hell's going on with this cruddy laptop. I guess it'll just be lagging on my end. I can't even see the messages move on the live stream itself. But the other one, though. Oh well. See, I just shown the Pringle can just now, but it's not showing. God, this MacBook sucks. I didn't know it lagged so damn much. Someone voted just now. From another state? Interesting. You saw the Pringle can? That's weird. You see the Pringle can, but I don't on the screen. That's strange. Because I'm checking the like seeing like their messages going through, right? I don't know what's up with this stupid tab laptop. Wait, and sorry, I think you meant cheese, right? I don't think there is a thing of orange Pringles. Oh, they didn't give me as much Pringles this time. See, look. Hold on, I'm going to switch back and forth. This sucks. All right. I'm going to do this directly. I just can't see the messages. And it went blank. Man, this map book sucks. It does. In a way. Because the thing is, they didn't they give me a little bit more error than usual for this can. So it's a little bit more empty. You see the Pringles, that's good. And someone voted again.
As you're forced to backtrack out of each area.
Yeah, it's called what is it? Cheddar cheese? Or it's funny that you think so, sorry. It is cheddar cheese that you're thinking of.
So it's nice to end off with a more balanced showdown and a drumming tune to set the mood. All right, time to knock out another game from the ranking with tall planes from a new beginning. Unfortunately, the best this game has to offer is a somewhat stark jaunt through a grassy wilderness solving basic puzzles, navigating deep inside cave walls, avoiding traps, and across rope bridges to nowhere. While kind of basic, I can appreciate the atmosphere brought in by the fog surrounding these stone pillars and the mountains that they will take place above, combined with those chilling flutes and tribal tones.
Yeah, I hate winter too.
Happens to include this awful ship segment, which goes on for ages and chokes this level of enjoyment.
I miss the heat. Or the warm climate.
Increasingly tougher foes. Finally, the battle against the Sentinel is blind, dumb button mashing. A predictable end to get another Legends title eliminated in the bottom half of this list.
Oh, I got a long ad. I just don't know why the live stream itself, it's blank. It's pitch black, but when I have the tab open, I can see all the messages. I don't know why it acts like this. Man, I may have to restart. I don't know what the hell's going on with this damn thing. You hate the cold, ironically? Yeah, same here, Dumbbell. You and me both. Sorry for being quiet, because I know I talked a bit earlier.
Of all the playable characters introduced to the series in Year of the Dragon, Sparks the Dragonfly is one that most maybe wouldn't expect to have seen. These little side areas see Golden Boy here fluttering around blasting insects and other creatures though. These are honestly all fine, just a mere change of pace at the end of the day. One that maybe
Pleasure.
is one of the much more noteworthy and memorable locations of the game, featuring a large archipelago of frosty icebergs that await the player. You have to freeze the walrus who lives in the area and use him as a little raft across the ocean. Back on land, there isn't a whole lot to see, but the greater mountain base and then a much larger...
Sorry, it's snowing where you live? Really? I think snow, to be honest. Even though I've only seen it twice in my life.
Like, holy shit, Spyro, calm down. It doesn't have to be this way. Wise to really latch onto in this game. But really? This worthless bastard? Maybe I'm missing something. I will give you the rest of this level, though. Structurally, there isn't much going on, but aesthetically, with the glowing skybox and bold, harsh colours, which are complemented by booms in the audio department separated by shrines, it's an absolute delight. Seriously, a big slapper for soundtrack. It may not be much of a level, but goddamn, it does set the scene quite well for the player to continue on their journey. Sunken Ruins is pure average with its dank hallways and forgettable puzzle areas. It's not a difficult level or even really that bad, it's just a palate cleanser. Flat. No. A reset for your senses, which is the last thing you want entering a new hub area. The actual entrance to the level is far more iconic than the level itself, and that really just says it all, I think. Aside from some nice music and some terribly dated humor, it's a shame to see a level theme floating among the misty sunset clouds soars a terracotta city, and if you stop for a moment to take in its majesty, then yeah, it's pretty neat. But now you've actually got to play the damn thing. The most obvious path leads you to something of a dead end, smack bang in the middle of the map, which always throws me off when I come through here. So you backtrack beyond the obnoxious enemies to find side paths that actually lead you through more of the level we're intended to explore. Man, that's so weird. You've got these platforms which give off real Jack and Daxter vibes, and while they help to introduce unique elements into a top 10 ranking level, they merely hold this one down below
All right,
the top 1.
viewing the live stream is not gonna do. I'm just gonna leave this page open. This sucks.
There is also this atrocious ball obstacle course with inconsistent physics, which just really.
You gotta wait a few more months for spring to the point can't go for walks. Yeah, I understand your pain. Sorry. All that.
It's whimsical downtime and the peak of narrative when facing combat. Inside is another roadblock of more familiar gameplay, which really hurts this in my opinion, especially following the slog of tedious battles in the prior level.